Hi, I'm Kelly Davis,
And I'm Sandy Crawley.
and today we're going to share with you a fun and effective strategy called Attention Getters. We are Arkansas Behavior Support Specialists, and we are here to share great, fun, effective ideas and strategies through our behavior breaks. And this one I think you're going to enjoy. We see so many teachers who just seem to have superpowers when it comes to managing their classroom and keeping students engaged, having instruction times that are just captivating. Those superpowers really come down to the strategies that teachers are using in their classroom. One of those strategies is using attention getters. These are really effective, and we want to share just a few simple ideas on how you can use this strategy also in your classroom.
I know you probably have heard teachers that can just get attention and the class be silent as soon as they say class. But then there's others, and I personally, when I first started teaching, this is what happened to me. I would raise my voice, thinking that the louder I got, I could get their attention. But what ended up happening, the more I raised my voice, the students would get louder and louder. So it wasn't effective at all. And this can be very frustrating to a teacher trying to get a class refocused and on a certain activity or an instruction that you're trying to do.
First of all, it is important that we teach this strategy. Okay, so we also want to make sure that we practice the strategy, but most of all, we want to make sure that we make it fun for the kids. It always makes me think about the time when I was observing a classroom and the teacher had really lost control of the students and was having issues with kids being loud and trying to get everyone to come back together so she could start her lesson back. So she walks across the room and flips the light switch off, turns the light off. And when the kids did not respond to it, they continued talking. Students are just oblivious to the fact that the light was off. She said, "What does this mean?" And one of the students said, "It is dark in here." So obviously, this strategy, while turning the light off, may be a very effective way to get students' attention and refocus the classroom. It obviously had not been taught to the students effectively. 3 key points. One more time. Teach it, practice it, and make it fun for the students. Incorporate them into the whole process of doing it, and they will like it. You will enjoy it. You can use multiple attention getters at one time too. So that's something that we're going to share a few more with you.
One way to use an attention getter would be callback or call and response. And that would be like you would say a phrase and then the student would reply in a phrase. A few examples would be hocus pocus.
Everybody focus is what the students would respond back with.
Yes, very much. And then the teacher, another one would be macaroni and cheese.
Everybody freeze.
And then yakety yak.
Don't talk back.
See how fun that could be, and a student could reply back. Another example, you could use like a bell or a chime that could get the attention.
Yeah, those are all great examples and fun things, especially with our younger students. They would really enjoy using those type of strategies. And you could use lots of them too.
Very much.
As long as we're making sure that we're teaching them practice.
You would have to teach the phrases what you wanted them to reply back.
Another great way is to use nonverbal signals. So things such as hand gestures or hand raises, using a countdown like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with your hand signals, incorporating things such as objects also into and used as cues. So one way that I did this in the past was with an early childhood classroom, think about circle time and having a magnifying glass. Well, with that magnifying glass, when we held it up, we would say, I'm looking for listening ears, for example. And so we would use the magnifying glass. I would go around and check each student in the circle for listening ears. We would practice this by having the students take turns going around holding the magnifying glass and looking and checking each student in the circle for listening ears. The kids had so much fun with this. But what I loved about it is it was very, very easy to use in large group settings or environments around the school, such as the cafeteria, where it would be almost impossible to give a verbal signal to get attention of the class in that large group setting. But once they had learned what that magnifying glass meant, if I held up the magnifying glass, all of the students knew at that point, no matter where we were, that I was looking for listening ears. So using an object can be a really cool tool also to incorporate into your attention signals.
Great, Kelly. These are just a few examples of attention getters, but there's so many more online, and we have listed a few sources that you can look up and give you some other ideas for attention getters to use in your classroom.
Yeah,
Thank
so check out these resources and let us know, how did they work for you? Thank you so much for joining us for this behavior break. You can check out many more resources on our website at arbss.org.